We are back right here on the Uncle Show. I am your host, Uncle Rob, and we've got Uncle Ryano, who's in Shreveport, Louisiana. We've got ourselves a great guest today. You folks
Hey,
on the
hey,
radio
hey.
can't see what Uncle Rhino is doing on video. Y'all will be able to go on YouTube and check it out because we're gonna edit all this and put it on YouTube. But that's not why we're here. Mr. Kirk House, how's it going, man?
Man, how y'all doing?
Oh, we're
It's going
doing
good
real
here.
good. How you doing? That's the question.
Man, I'm doing good. I can't complain. I'm here in Fort Worth. Just got back to the house, was at the gym, had the guitar out and stopped it, and here I am.
Now, are you
Chatting with
from
you guys.
Fort Worth?
I'm originally from Arkansas, but I like to say I got to Texas as soon as I could. But I'm part Arkansas, part Texan, and it's a combination of both.
No,
I'm like
where
a
at?
gumbo.
I'm in Little Rock. Where are you from in Arkansas?
Gurdon/Arkadelphia, Southwest.
So you know where that steakhouse is there at the Gurdon truck stop.
I sure do.
And I will tell you, those steaks are good.
Believe it or not, they are good.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. I mean, did you grow up in Arkansas, or did you
I
leave
did.
Arkansas as a kid, or?
I didn't leave Arkansas until right around college. But yeah, I grew up there in Arkansas in Arkadelphia and then moved to Gurdon, probably about seventh grade or so. A little small town. Graduated like 66 people. Um, Grew up. We had horses at my grandfather's house, Tennessee Walkers and quarter horses, and it's kind of a country bumpkin in a sense. Hanging out in the woods, hanging out with buddies at the river, and yeah,
There ain't
that was
much. There ain't much else to do.
they're really not. Play,
I,
you play just about every sport in school and do everything, and
I tell you what,
small town.
their roads are horrible. I used to work for road construction, and we did that whole I-30 stretch there from Hope to Texarkana,
Yep.
right through Gurdon. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we spent a whole summer out there, and it was horrible.
It gets a little bumpy.
So you left. Did you go to college?
Yeah, so I went to school at Henderson State University in Arkadelphia and Washita Baptist. And I left there. I worked at some camps during the summer in Van, Texas called Sky Ranch. And after there, I transferred to Howard Payne in Brownwood and
So
graduated from,
Henderson's the Reddies.
yes, sir.
What is a Ready?
It's the spirit. It's the ready spirit.
So it's not like an animal
It's
or
not an animal. It's not like an actual being or entity. It's the ready spirit.
gotcha. Would you go? Would you learn?
Man, I was kind of I don't know, kind of a school mud. I kept switching. I started out, I think, with psychology, then English, engineering, athletic training, and then I transferred to Howard Payne and I graduated with a Christian studies, philosophy, psychology degree with the area of studies in marriage and family counseling and cross-cultural studies.
So if I got some psychological issues or I'm not feeling real good, I can come to Kirk and he's going to help me out.
We
My,
can
my
talk.
man said, if I don't feel good, I'm gonna come see Kirk.
Well, I'm trying to be nice about it. I mean, if I'm
Yeah,
sick in the head is the word. I'm already sick in the head, but
yeah.
I got
They
you.
got they got both of us a suite down there at the nervous hospital, so
they
that's
got us
where
the
we're gonna
king
go.
the king size rooms.
Yeah,
I'll pull up a chair beside you and we'll talk it out.
come
That'll
on.
work, man. Bring your guitar with you. When
We
did you decide? Okay, music. I want to do some music, man.
Well, everyone in my family, since I grew up singing in church, that's that's where my background starts. I played drums for my church growing up, but my grandfather was a big deacon in the church, and we traveled and sing. My mom sings. Everyone sings in my family, so I grew up singing in church, and that kind of started. But performing wise started after college. A girl that I knew in high school had a guitar up underneath her bed, and she kind of let me have it. I worked at a video store that my buddy owned. And while working, I sat up there and kind of taught myself guitar. And
How'd
after
you
that,
know there was a guitar underneath
That's
her
what I want
bed?
to know. I mean, what you
Yeah,
doing in that old girl's room to see a
yeah.
guitar underneath the bed?
she was just a friend and had a guitar.
Biz
Okay.
Biz Marquis said she's just a friend.
And a real tall, yeah, and a real
Oh,
tall
baby,
bed too.
you.
You
Yeah,
remember that? Man, that's a long time ago. It's like 1988 or 89,
That used to
man.
be the jam, man.
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I still play it. I got an 80s show. I still play that song.
That's
People
it.
love it.
Well, you
But
used to break out singing that song all the time.
okay, you're giving us a church background. Are you
Hmm.
singing Christian music? Or you singing honky tonk? You singing what are you singing?
A, All of it, man. It's honky tonk. We call it Texas soul, which kind of represents a little bit of country, a little bit of the rock, a little bit of the blues, a little bit of the gospel. It's kind of all of it. Like I said, it's kind of like I liken it to a good gumbo.
So if I
All the
go to
ingredients.
if I go to your show, I'm gonna hear some Stevie Ray Vaughan, maybe.
You might hear some Stevie Ray Vaughan as well. You hear some Stevie. You hear everything, really. I mean, it's literally all over the place.
You get what's your when you're doing your shows? What's your biggest request?
Um, I do a version of Dolly Parton, Whitney Houston. I will always love you. That's requested
Did not
fairly
see that
often.
coming.
Yeah,
Did not
that's
see that coming. Just like he did not see that guitar underneath that bed.
yeah, that's requested quite often. I pretty much I think I have to play that almost every show.
I mean, you got it.
Uh,
You must, and I beg, I'm sorry, beg my pardon, but I've not really listened to your music. I'm just kind of like getting familiar with a lot of the tribe artists. And
yeah.
personally, like I said, I haven't gotten around to listen to everybody yet.
Mhm.
But you must have a good pitch to get that song going.
Yeah, I got a fairly wide range. That's what's exciting about with the tribe is like the tribe is just not like one thing. It really is like when you think of a tribe, there's multiple pieces and multiple things that make the tribe. And when you come across the musicians and different artists that make up the tribe and the music that each of us do, it- no one can just pinpoint and make us and point us out into this or that. We're a family and we literally are a tribe. And so I
So
think my music is it kind of represents that too. And that's why Unc can tell you that's why the tribe is the tribe.
what does it mean to you to be part of that?
Man, it's family. It's like-minded people that are passionate about what they do. And one of the I think the biggest thing across the board is good people. Even outside of music, outside of everything else, is good people. And to me, that matters just as much, if not more, than anything else, because that's the starting point. And then when you factor in the talent um, and the artistry, with that being the foundation, I think that's what allows things and allows people to soar, because that's really what makes it.
See, I've been around Ryan for a while, and getting to know more about the tribe. I have a radio show that this is going to be on. We started a couple weeks ago, going all over the world. Got 80 different radio stations around the world that play this show every week. And I told Rhino, I'm like, man, I want to incorporate this segment into my show. He's like, go for it, man. That's what it's all about. Spreading the word, giving y'all more exposure. So this interview is going to be played at least 80 to 85 times this next week.
I, I, I'm not mad about that.
To
So,
192 countries.
I got
eh,
to say this though.
yes, sir.
I got to brag on Unc, because like I think the things that he does and that he's doing for us, uh, he's doing a lot just out of himself to prop us up. I think he's using the platform that he has and that he has had, and he's he's putting us in front of him, propping us up by with what he has done, and what he has, and through his connections and everything else like that. And so like I got to brag on him. I think it goes without saying that like a lot of this is because of the heart that he has and what he's willing to do for other people to try to help make other people succeed. And so that's one of the he's the driving force behind the tribe.
Not,
If,
not,
if there's no Unc, there's still a tribe, but the tribe he's the engine that gets us going.
Now, see, you would want to brag on him, and I don't want to brag on him, but I will brag on him
Yeah,
because me and him have talked about this so many times. Helping y'all be the best you can and
yeah,
be great people, it
hmm
makes him happy. It's not
yeah,
about him.
yeah,
100% not about him at all. It's about everybody around him. It's about me getting in here and being able to help you. It's about you. All these 60, 80, however many other artists are out there that he's helping. That's what makes him happy. He's great in that aspect for
yeah.
sure.
And you genuinely can see that. The first time we met, I was like, "You're my kind of people," and the conversation just continued
A lot of
after that.
times you'd be like, yeah, I know this guy, or you know, I've seen him or whatever, but I've actually met the man too. And I didn't know what to think at first. I was a little just kind of apprehensive, but I knew he was a good guy. And
Yeah.
I just like, he came over to the house. We spent the afternoon. And from the minute he walked in my front door, I was like, just like you said, this is my people right here. He's my brother
Yeah.
now. And I love that man to death and
Yeah.
everything that he's doing for everybody.
Yep. Personality and stature is big, but I think that the heart that he carries is just as big, if not bigger as well. And so, like, Unc, I love you. You already know it, but
I
I got to
love you
throw that in there.
both.
I got to
I
say that.
love you both. And I know if just so anybody knows, if you want to really be endeared by Rob Charles, Uncle Rob, all you got to do is bring some Popeye's chicken and you'll have him right there. If you
Hey,
bring some chicken, you got him.
Now,
Yeah.
see,
talking language, man.
I'm a little apprehensive on the Popeyes chicken now. I've got heart stents put in last year, but hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll still eat me some Popeyes when I get a chance, and I just not like it used to be though.
Everybody knows I ain't a good influence. I didn't ever say I was a good influence. I said it ain't a part, but it ain't a party till I get there.
Come
But
on.
that's part of why we love you, bro. So tell us, what does Kirk House do in Fort Worth, Texas, besides music? You got a day job? You got something that you?
Man, I'm full-time music right now. I got a few of my musician buddies. So I used to own a business where I do therapeutic assistant stretching, and so I do myofascia and everything like that. Some of my musician buddies, got tight shoulders, tight necks, and tight backs from either sitting on stage or sitting driving in a van or their vehicle getting the gigs or up on stage. You're kind of like this with your guitar and different things. And so on occasion, I got a few of my buddies and stuff that I'll work on, things like that. But outside of that, man, it's grinding music and more music on the phone talking
So,
with him.
so you're fortunate to be one of the folks that don't have to have another job at this point. You can fully concentrate on your craft.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I think there's a yes part to that. Then there's the other part of you're fortunate to get to do it, but then there's also you don't have that same security that you have when you have that other job around you. Where like so you're not only just you're creating and you're playing, but you also got to make sure you're playing to pay for things and pay for your bills. And so like there's a sometimes there's an added pressure, but I know pressure makes diamonds as well. And so you got to
I know
figure out.
so many artists. I know so many artists got two jobs and
Mhm.
they're still not making it. And I'm like, but they're doing it to
Yeah.
buy those to spend more studio time to make more music.
Uh-huh.
To,
And so I
to,
mean
to
it's
Kirk's
a give and
to
take.
Kirk's point, what he was saying is a lot of artists. It's scary because you push to get to a certain level where you can break out and do the craft as your livelihood. Your livelihood becomes your livelihood,
Yeah.
and what ends up happening so often is it's both scary and liberating. If you
Exactly.
embrace it as an adventure that's going to be wild, going in, this is going to be wild.
Yeah.
But that's what life is supposed to be.
That's it.
Peaches don't grow on the trunk. If you want a peach, you got to go out on a limb to get it. There
Yeah.
is no true safety. There is no true security. You might get a little bit of a running head start when the wolf's at the door, or you might not. There's
Yeah.
people who've been with jobs for 40 years and have a pension, and the pension's wiped out and they're given a pink slip. There's no such
Nothing's
thing as
promised.
security, and you
Yeah.
only live once. So why not live wide ass open with your teeth out and you just biting it, you tearing into it? And that's what Kirk's doing. His heart, I'm gonna brag on him. He's ferocious. His heart is beautiful. It's magnificent. And I'm surrounded by talent. I have it flowing all around me, greater than the Mississippi. And I'm blessed in that regard with all these people who are in my life, high to low. And but the thing is what's magnificent to me, absolutely magnificent, is the heart and the spirit. I come into contact with people who have beautiful talent, but I'm looking for beautiful humanity. And if you have the humanity, that's the deciding factor for me. I can show you how to grow and build your talent to rival and be a equal weight, if not more. If you have the humanity, I can grow your talent to match it. So often at the pro level where I was at in Nashville, LA, and New York, I was surrounded by so many people who were extremely talented, but their humanity was stunted. And we know all these people. we've seen them. They portray a certain way, but then they're ugly behind the curtain. They're not nice. They don't appreciate the people. They call people fans instead of looking at them as investors and supporters, and the reason that they do what they do every day. And
Yeah.
Kirk is of the mindset who everyone who comes to see him, everyone who pays the cover charge and buys a t-shirt and a hat, those aren't his fans. Those are his investors. They're investing their life and their time, and they're bringing their support and their love. And they're the reason he can fly. And he knows that they're all the rock stars at every one of his shows. They are the rock stars.
100%.
And that's why I love Kirk House.
Yeah. I call music my bridge and my sledgehammer. It's my bridge. It connects people all across all walks of life, and it knocks down any walls and barriers that we all put up trying to protect ourselves a lot of times. Music is that one thing that allows you to do that. And there's people that I might not have anything in common with at the start, but because of music, a relationship has been created. And so I get to speak into their life and they get to speak into mine. And music has been that commonality that has allowed that connection and those walls to come down. And so I was an electrical design engineer, and I quit my engineering job to go back to doing music. And the scariest, but also, like you said, the most liberating and best decision I ever made and was able to make. And
Now,
so all
now,
of that kind of what makes it worthwhile. The
well,
good and the
and again, you're when you get on that stage, that adrenaline kicks in, and it's like you're out there putting on that show that people came to pay for.
yeah.
Who
Whether there's
who
2 people or 20 or 1,000 people, like
people
they're
ask
there.
me that about my show. It's like, what if you ain't got nobody listening? I was like, I'm going to give you the same show whether it's one person listening or
So,
10 million. Like
yeah.
I'm going to give you my 100% all. What was your inspiration to get into music growing up? I mean, who'd you listen to?
Um, man, it was
Uncle
all over
Rhino?
the place. Unc, that's got Unc. Man, it
Yeah.
was all over the place from Merle Haggard to Stevie Wonder to Otis Redding to
Woo.
Josephus to, I mean, it's literally all over the place. To Stevie Ray to Michael Jackson to, I mean, I'm on the rock side and different things. Like I kind of grew up listening to everything.
I figured
Uh,
be down in Texas, you might like some ZZ Top and
we do some ZZ Top and everything else as well. I mean, all over the place. I mean, it is literally. I don't discriminate on music for one. Uh, and so I used to run a little 3-piece band, and so ZZ, we got to do actually a show where we did the pre-party opening up for ZZ back when I was in Abilene one time. And man, I tell you, it was a really sweet thing to get to be a part of and get to do, and then get to go watch them. You're just like, man,
did you get to meet him?
this is legend. I didn't actually meet them on that one because I'm telling you, it was kind of crazy. It was in and out. This big kind of party thing going on, and so we got to kick everything off and everything. I got to be back there where they were at and everything, but I didn't get to go
Hey,
actually
Billy, what's going on? You didn't get to do all
yeah,
that.
I didn't get to do all of that because it was just there was a lot going on, and so you kind of respect those spaces and respect that time when you get to be involved in those things. Like you want to be a fanboy, but like at the same time you want to respect the craft and what you're going to be a part of. And so like to me that was much more important than trying to weasel my way in. It's like hey, look at me, look at me. It's like I see you and I respect you and
See
I
that
want to honor that.
you just killed another question that I was going to ask you is who's the biggest act that you've opened up for? So I would say that would probably be it.
That's that's one of them on that side of things. We've done stuff with like on the country side of things with like like your Wade Boys and Randy Rogers and all those guys, and there's been quite a few throughout the years. Some of it I think I've even forgotten about. I've been very fortunate to get to play with some bigger names. I think now I'm at a spot in life and in music, and even being involved with Unc, to actually capitalize on those situations. I think then getting to do those bigger shows, it was just another gig. It was great to be a part of, but you didn't have other things around you set. And so it was good to do, but it didn't turn into anything because you didn't have a plan or a structure around you, which I think that's the difference maker when it comes to quote success in the industry is like you got to kind of plan it out. Otherwise, it's just another gig. It's no different than me having a gig in Fort Worth on a Monday night or Tuesday night, even though it was a big show. Like, what good is the big show outside of the experience if you're not building things around it to where you have that opportunity where you can use that opportunity to go forward. And so now we're at a position and we're building on that. Like I said, things are doing with Unc with some songs we got coming out that we're writing. There's even more coming that I'm getting to work with him on. And I mean, he has an incredible catalog himself. He don't ever toot his own horn, but like he's got the goods.
He's
And so
he's definitely got a little package going on for sure with the music.
yeah, it
Absolutely.
does. And so now, and even with his experience and his expertise and everything, and the things that I've learned, uh, get to kind of partner and learn from everything else as well, and working with him and different things like that to actually have things structure where you can capitalize on opportunities and where it's not just an experience, but it truly is an opportunity, and it segues into to another step, which is I think is incredibly important. Which I think a lot of musicians, myself included, missed out on and have missed out on because you're just wanting the experience. But like, if you're gonna do it, let's do it and do it right, so where we're actually taking another step and going somewhere with it.
You were basically going through the motions.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
I like a lot of things about Uncle Rhino, but one thing I do like as far as his role with y'all is he's had a taste of what it takes.
Yes,
And
exactly.
and he can bring that to y'all and kind of like coach you, don't make that mistake or don't do
Hmm.
this or what have you. And I mean, it's very helpful having someone like that
It
for
really
sure.
is. And like in removing it, there's so much ego in the industry, uh, unnecessary ego. And some people got, and I don't want to talk bad about it, but some people have ego and don't have a reason to have ego. They haven't done anything to have the ego that they walk around with. And so like as I'm getting to even be more involved in tribe and get to know of others in tribe that we haven't got to like connect and everything, but I'm learning more about them. Like that ego part is being removed or is removed, and like it's just people willing and desiring to work together. Like we're all in the water, and as the tide rises, all the ships get to rise.
And you want me to
Uh,
tell you want me to tell you what kills that ego a little bit? The
was the
fact that your leader does not have an ego.
Yeah, very much so,
By him not being that way, he is definitely leading by example
very much so.
100%.
And
Well,
his thing
oh,
on having and surrounding with good people, I think that matters too. From the foundation of it is set from that.
all of us are a muddy river that carries every place we've ever been.
Hmm.
And if you choose to only focus on the dirt, then that's all that'll be flowing.
Uh
If
huh.
you choose to focus on the clear water, then that's what will make the biggest difference.
Come on.
And I'm a product. See, just like y'all, I'm a product of where I've been and who has made me better. And I chose at one point to follow a mission where I could follow the lessons of the Waylon Jennings
Come on.
and of Charlie Daniels, who sat down with me when I was just this kid from Tyler, Texas, and hang out with me when we were writing. And like I said, Harlan Howard, who is still undefeated as far as songwriters on the planet, he will always go down as one of the. He was a Southern Hemingway, and he was so brilliant, and he didn't have to, but he chose to spend time with me. And the thing that I take this as what you both of y'all have said is a beautiful compliment in my attempt at trying to emulate what they gave me.
Yeah.
And what you'll find if you look at careers or if you look at the music industry, like a football field, you got the first 10 yards and you got the last 10 yards.
Hmm.
And the final 10 yards are where the legends live. And the first 10 yards are where all the aspiring entertainers are. Much
Yeah.
like From the Mouth of Babes or Having the Mind and Heart of a Child. In the beginning, everyone's just so excited to be a part of it. And those who have gone through it and they've held awards, I've got them in there. I've got Crystal Award. All that stuff is great, and 75 cents will get you a cup of coffee at Waffle House. What really matters is the impact. It's not how much I have when I die, it's how many hearts I touched while I was here. And the great ones know that. And the great ones get excited. The final 10 yards get excited by the first 10 yards. They remember, they get
Yeah.
reminded, and they get excited, and they're grateful to have had the life that they had, and they're grateful to have made the memories that they made, and they really understand how beautiful and what an incredible honor and gift it is to be allowed to give direction, support, and assistance and guidance, and sometimes a foot in the ass to the young ones that are coming up. Because and it's the ones from the 11th yard line to the final 11th yard line. Those that's where you find the egos, and those are the people that aren't for real. They're for show, faux show. They think they have to appear a certain type of way. They have handlers around them. They don't appreciate the climb if they were artificially created in a lab, so they bypass the humanities developmental process. So that's where you run into what you're talking about. And there's a lot of people who are cosplaying. They just run around with their little guitars, singing their little songs, wearing their little cowboy hats, and doing what they're going to do. And I grew up on a ranch. The I know what cows smell like. I've lived it, and I have respect for it, and I had respect for it then, and I have love for all farmers and ranchers and truckers and my
100%.
military people. But it's not what I preach, it's how I walk, how I live. And for y'all, each one of y'all has that key component that was your key that walked through the gates of tribe. That's where it was already your home before you got there. You just hadn't found it, and it hadn't welcomed you in yet. You, Kirk House, make it better because you're a part of it. And so you're invaluable, and every one of you is. And so for those watching, tribe's waiting. If you have the heart and the mind, it's waiting. Your home, your tribe is waiting. And so music is the medium. It's not our destination. It's the tool that you use to bridge and be the hammer to smash the walls. And once you realize that, everyone is full of joy, because then they're not making music, they're making their purpose happen. And their purpose is connecting all people and other people. And music happens to be your tool that you use it to hit that objective. That's what they told you in church. That's what we walk in on the street. We ain't got a steeple shadow on us. That don't mean we not in the middle of church all day, every day.
100%.
And one thing you guys all have is good work ethic, and that is what's really super important.
Yeah. Like nobody's gonna do it for you, man. No one's gonna do it for you. My pawpaw, who's probably not probably, it was my biggest influence, Clarence House. Uh, my name and my word is the one thing that no one can take from me. Only person that can really ruin that is me. Um, and so those will be the two things that I will always make sure that you can question anything else, but my name and my word, that I will make sure that those stand. And that's
You,
by
you, I like you, man. You seem to be very grounded, very rooted. I like that a lot.
I try. To me, it sounds funny, but like, there's no reason to get a big head. You can get on YouTube and find a 10-year-old in the Philippines that can do everything that I want to be able to do in 10 years. Like, there's no reason to get a big head. There's people that they haven't been living long enough to be able to do the things that they can do. And I've been
I
practicing
see 12-year-old kids on TikTok playing Eddie Van Halen like it's
like
nobody's
exactly.
business.
And so I was like, there's no point in getting the big head for any and at the same time, for me, I mean, I'm grounded in my faith, and so we're all created in the image of God, and so people are people. Like your humanity, my humanity, like people are people. It don't matter how much money you have, it don't matter how much talent you have. At the end of the day, you're a person, and if you look at people and yourself as a person and not with a big head, you start treating people like that. And to me, that's really important. Like I I want people to know that they're loved and that they can receive love and give it. And so like to me it's incredibly important. I love people, and music allows me to connect with people. That's been the gift that I've been given, and that sounds preachy, that sounds churchy, but like that's literally the truth. Like I try to live that day to day. Like you never know. Everybody's dealing with something at any given moment that you meet them. They just might not be sure.
Some people have a ceiling fall in while they're playing guitar in the
They
other
do.
room. Yeah.
They do. And like that, yeah. But like you never know what somebody's dealing with. And like each moment and each time, and I have a chance to make somebody smile. Like if you meet me, like I'm one of the first ones to say, "Hey, love you." Like we barely know each other, but like that's a genuine thing. And I think people need to be able to feel that and know that. And to me, that's really important.
So
Accomplishments can either be a great distraction or
Yeah.
they can be the springboard that helps you connect the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And so many people accomplish a little bit of money, which is arbitrary, and money's nothing. It's really nothing. You need, when you need it, it feels like it's something, but it's not gonna keep you from dying one day. It's not gonna do all these things, and your success that you have within the business world, it becomes a wall that you put around yourself that separates you from everyone. You think you might want that when you're younger, when you're in the 11th yard to the 11th yard, but you don't realize that it was always a distraction. It kept you from seeing your real purpose.
Yeah.
It kept, because it was a wall that kept you from seeing the world as it really is. And so some of us, I've been blessed through the years. From a sad reasons and hardship and everything else that we all have, when you think you're being torn apart, you're being rebuilt.
Come on.
And I pushed off. I had two choices. I could lay down inside my wall, or I could climb on top of it so I was higher off the ground when I jumped. And that's what I did to get to y'all. And with each one of you that comes into the tribe, it makes it a bigger set of arms for us to catch the others who jump.
So we've got like 5 minutes left on our timer. So I want to touch real quick on your social medias. Where can people connect with you on social media?
Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram are all, and YouTube is Kirk House Music. Kirk like Captain, House like Home, and music like the stuff that we're trying to make.
I looked at your face your website a while ago, and they can get merch on there. They can get your tour dates, everything on there. Um,
Booking and everything else can be done on there and everything else as well.
we're gonna close off with a song of your choice. Tell me what song you would like to close off with. Tell us a little bit about it, and we'll close the interview.
Let's close out with The Harder I Try.
The harder I tried. Tell us about
Yeah.
it.
I wrote that one. I kind of woke up in the middle of the night with that beginning of the song is like, I've been tossing in my sleep, sitting up because I can't breathe. Every time that I roll over, I feel hurt up on my shoulder because you're not here with me. And it's about a relationship. It's about things in life that you want to let go of that you can't seem to let go of. And so like the harder you try to let go of something, sometimes I feel like that's the very thing that you want even more of. And so for me, it was kind of like a relationship. But for others, I think it can be something that you struggle. It can be something that it can be a relationship. It can be something that's like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. But when I find that I'm not doing it, I don't really work. And so I need it in a sense.
Let's give it a listen. And it's called The Harder I Try.
The Harder I Try.
Kirk, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Love you, Unc. And Rob,
Love
love
you.
you too, man.